and maybe even mention what you're teaching, what kind of class you're teaching. That'd be great too. All right, let's get started. So, welcome to Matcha Tea Time with Denise. Yes, this is Matcha in here. My name is Denise and Bessie, CEO and founder of Muscle Mix Fitness Music. I'm really excited to announce that we have partnered with an award-winning DJ software called Djay, D-J-A-Y. And today I'm going to show you how to use their software combined with Muscle Mix Music so that you can create your own playlists, adjust beats per minute, and create nonstop mixes. So you can't do any of those things. Well, you can create playlists, but you can't even see beats per minute or create continuous mixes on Spotify or Apple Music. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. This Djay PRO app is pretty cool. And the coolest part about everything I'm going to go over today is that you'll have access to Muscle Mix Music from Spotify or your Apple Music streaming service, or you can also use songs that you purchased from us over the years that may live on your hard drive. All right. I'm going to go over all of that with you today. And, don't worry, this is going to be recorded. We're going to put it on YouTube, and we'll send an email out with the link on how to watch this if you're not here live today. All right. So Muscle Mix Music consists of two libraries. One library is our virtual music, and all of that music is safe to use in virtual classes as long as two things occur. One, that you have a license with us, and that is our virtual music Toolbox. And you also want to make sure you have this little icon on any of the albums that you download or any of the albums that you see on Spotify or Apple Music. If it has this video clapper icon, that means you're safe, but you'll need a license from us, and then you're safe if you have this, okay? All right, I still see some more people coming in. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to put your name in there and where you're from. I'm Denise. This is Matcha Tea Time, which is something that I've been doing for the last 5 or 6 years since COVID. My name is Denise and Bessie, CEO and founder of Muscle Mix Fitness Music. We are going to talk today about a new integration between the Djay app, Djay, D-J-A-Y, and Muscle Mix Music. And I'm going to show you how you can create playlists, change beats per minute, and create continuous mixes. All right. So, like I was starting to say, we have two libraries. One library is our virtual music library, which I mentioned, and our second library is our covers of popular music. Okay? Both of those libraries exist on both Spotify and Apple Music. But today, for the purpose of this demo, I'm only going to feature virtual music because, guess what? If I put this on YouTube, which is what we're going to do later, I run the risk of being taken down if we use popular music. So we're not going to do that. Okay? Also, for the purpose of this demo, I'm using a MacBook. And the MacBook is, I'm obviously coming to you from a computer. However, Djay does allow you to use Windows or tablet or mobile device of any kind, phone. And I'll probably do that in the future coming forward. Right now, I'm just going to do everything from the desktop. It's bigger, it's easier to use for me. So let's get started. All right. Remember, if you have questions, please put them below. We have Rhonda there live today. Rhonda will help answer as many questions as she can. But if we can't answer them on the spot, we'll be happy to get to you later. So let's get started. So this software is called Djay PRO. It's a beautiful software. It takes a few minutes to download. I am, like I said, on the MacBook, and I'm going to show you how you can discover music, curate playlists, create continuous mixes, and change beats per minute while you're doing that. So when you first open it up, it looks just like a DJ deck. I don't know if you've ever seen one. Back in the day, we used to have vinyl. So you have turntables, looking things here on the left side and on the right side. So remember, this is a DJ software, and it's meant for DJs. It's super powerful. I'm going to just go over a sliver of what it can do. because I'm only thinking in terms, I'm thinking in your mind of how it can be used for fitness, okay? As I said earlier, I'm only going to tap into, for this demo, I'm only going to use virtual music. We don't want to get the video taken down. So this is the two deck view that if you look over in the upper right hand side, there's a couple of other views. We'll get to that later. But right now we're on the two deck view, okay? Just like a DJ deck. So, step one, right? When you're choosing music, the first thing you want to do is discovery. So over here on the left-hand side, you have this little box here that is really my collection. Okay, that's everything that you've created, playlists and so forth. Then as you scroll down, you'll see that we also have access to Spotify. Now, I've already logged into my personal Spotify Premium account. You have to have Spotify Premium. And these are all the playlists that are in my library, which I'm sure you have a lot in your library as well. Whoops, I skipped over Apple Music. Apple Music also. These are all the playlists in my library, and these are all the songs, okay? So we have Apple Music, we have Spotify. If you have actual songs that you've purchased, that you purchased back in the day when Apple Music used to be iTunes, they will exist here on this third tier here, this little half icon, okay? And then there's some other ones as well. They're not as popular, so I'm going to skip over them. But you can also access Tidal, SoundCloud, Beatport, and BeatSource. If you want to know more about that, email us at hello@musclemixfitnessmusic. hello@musclemixmusic.com, and we'll respond to you. And then finally, these two faces here, this is music that lives on my hard drive. All right, we'll get to that in a minute as well. So let's finish out, let's get into discovery. So I mentioned earlier that this is my playlists. And what I did earlier before we got started is I created a demo day playlist, number one. All right, so I'm not going to recreate it because I already did it, but I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm going to use Apple Music because Apple Music actually integrates better with Djay PRO than Spotify. It's cleaner. They have some extra perks that Spotify doesn't allow. So we're going to use Apple Music since I have both accounts. Here is search Apple Music, right? That's the billions of songs that are out there on Apple Music. And I'm going to type in, it's important that you type this correctly, Muscle Mix Fitness. That's all you have to put, all right? And you'll see that we come right up, all right? So we have our own artist page on Apple Music. And these are the most popular songs. Here are the latest songs that were added. And here are the albums. So I'm going to click on Show All Albums. Oops. And you can see many of the albums are here. Actually, all of the albums are here that are available, all right? You could also do what I'm doing through your Apple Music account and create your playlist there, and then they'll just show up here. That's another option, okay? The nice thing about doing it here is that you can see the beats per minute when the song comes up, which you can't do on Apple Music. All right. So what I did earlier was I went to an album that I liked, and as you can see here, it says beats per minute, 126 beats per minute. It even has the musical key, which, fitness instructors may or may not use, and it also shows the length of time that the song is. And I right-click this particular song, and I say Add to Playlist, and I called it Demo Day Playlist Volume 1. Okay? That's how you start choosing songs and adding them to your playlist that you're creating using Apple Music. So now that you know how I did that, I'm going to go into the collection of the demo. So that's what I did to find these. These are all virtual songs. They're all different beats per minute. 128, 128, 125, 128, 125. I will show you that you can move the songs around just like you do on your Spotify and your Apple Music. But again, you can do everything I'm doing right here on Spotify if you prefer, if you're more comfortable there. This will give you the song title, the beats per minute, the time. Now, I moved this over. You can move these columns wherever you want. But because beats per minute is most important to me, I put it next, okay? The artist, what album it comes from, what genre it is, what key it is, and so on and so forth. If you want to rate these, or if you did rate them from your Apple Music account, you can put comments, all sorts of things. All right. So this is the first playlist. This is called Demo Day Playlist version 1. Now, in the top, we have the 2 turntables with the songs. We have the beats per minute on each side here. And this little lever here will move beats per minute up and down. The song that plays on the left, the WAV file plays at the top. The song that plays on the right, it plays on the bottom. This slider here, if you've ever been a DJ or seen a DJ, will determine what song is going to play. So if I keep it in the middle, both songs will play. If I keep it on the left, the song on the left will play. If I keep it on the right, and so on, right? So I'm going to move it over to the left so that we can get started with this song. Okay. I am going to, before I did this, I was playing around with DJ, right? So I'm going to eject. It's really important because I'm about to create an auto mix. It's really important that you eject what's there. You want to start with a clean slate. So I'm going to go to this box here, right-click it, and eject this song. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing on the right-hand side, eject it. And now I have nothing on the turntables. As I said, there are so many bells and whistles to this. And I'm not going to go into them, like this little button here. FX means sound effects. FX, get it? We're not going to get into all that. There's a lot of things you can do. You can control how songs are mixed together, know what beats, how many beats you want for them to mix. If there's a time, there's so many things. And we can go into that later. If you really like this and you're interested in this, I'll continue to create more videos. All right. Now, I'm still thinking, what should I do here? Do I want this song? Maybe I want that song to be second. I want this song to be last. Well, maybe I'll put that up there. I'll move this down at the bottom. You know, whatever. You can just keep on, move songs around just like that. And this is important too. We're going to start an auto mix. Before I start an auto mix, right in the middle is, I've selected the playlist over here on the left, and then in the middle shows me what's on that playlist. But on the right, I'm telling the auto mix what I'm going to, what I want the system to mix, okay? So I could do a manual mix, which means I simply drag songs over in the order that I want them. Or we're going to skip over this thing called matching right now. I'm going to go to current playlist. So these 5 tracks show up here because that's what I want the auto mix to create. Okay. Let's go into our settings for just a minute, okay? There's so much that this can do, but I just want to show you. Tempo adjust. You want to make sure that's on sync. There is, let's see. There's so much in here. And by the way, this app is free unless you want auto mix. So if you want to manually mix, you can get it for free. If you buy it, I believe it's $50 for the year. So if you really like it, try it out on the trial period. If you really like it, and then you can buy it. You can join it. There's some other things in here too. We're gonna skip over that right now. But right now I have mostly everything set on automatic because we're just gonna act like we don't know anything. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to change the view because whenever I do auto mix, I like to see a different view. I find it to be easier. So I'm clicking over here on the upper right hand side to the auto mix selection. Now you see it looks different. And by the way, this is the way it looks on a mobile device as well. Okay. I want to make sure that Funk Throwdown is my first song, so I'm going to move it in here just to be. Oops, it started playing right away. That's okay. Now, if it starts to play right away, you can either manually take this little cursor and move it to the beginning. You can do it here. Okay. Or you can go, if I'll show you how it looks in the 2 decks, you can use this little arrow and go back to the beginning. That's what actual DJs do. Sometimes DJs use their hand to, actually, we could do that. Look, we can do that with the cursor, same kind of thing. All right. That'll get you right at the beginning of the song if that's important to you. All right, let's go back to auto mix. Auto mix. Now, because I'm now in auto mix, I want to show you what the AI does. The AI auto mix finds a place in the song where it's going to mix. And it indicates that on this underline right here. Okay? See this little line? So we know that this song is 3 minutes and 33 seconds, and it's going to mix at the point of this line. All right? That's when it's going to start blending the next song. This song currently is at 128 beats per minute, and the key is 5A. If I were to just click Start Auto Mix right here, it'll mix it, keeping them at the same beats per minute. It'll keep this at 128, keep the next one at 125, keep the next one at 125, and so on. But let's just say you want it to be all 130. There's no reason to have jumping around, right? So we're going to go back to the the two decks. I'm going to click on this little beats per minute here. Now, don't edit beats per minute. That's really important because that means you're permanently changing the beats per minute to the song. You're not doing that. You're just changing it for the purpose of this mix. So just stay on tempo, and we're going to drag this over. I'm going to make everything 130. All right? So there we go, 130. Another little extra tip, make sure this little blue half note is selected. If it's white, it's going to make your song sound like chipmunks, and you don't want that. So make sure it's always blue. Once you set it on both decks, you never have to do it again. Just always set it. Okay? Now, I made this 130. This one didn't change yet, but that's okay. I'm going to go to Auto Mix, and it's set to 130. And it's locked in. It knows now that I want everything from here on after to go at 130. So I'm going to start the mix. Here we go. And you can hear this. The song is playing at 130. Sounds great. Another little thing that may or may not be important to you. Every 4 beats is a yellow solid line, okay? So, and these numbers here show you how many counts, how many 4-beat measures there are to the song. So I'm on the 20th measure of that song. I don't know how much you guys care about that or not. Now, again, for the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to jump ahead so you can see how the mix works. All right, so I'm going to mix. That's not what you're going to want to do when you're doing this. You're going to let it play out. I'm going to jump. So what I did was I just hit this here because I know it's going to mix at this underline. And let's listen to the mix. We've got 23 seconds left. That is so beautiful. I never get tired of hearing that. It's so nice. Does that sound great? Right on beat, nice and smooth. And now this next song is starting. All right. Isn't that great? Now, start and stop is this green right here, this arrow. So if it's green, it's playing. If it's not green, it's not playing. Okay. If I kept going, here, let's do one more. I'll show you. This is 130. Let's go to the next one. I'm jumping ahead to the next song. Here we go. Let's listen to that mix. It's so nice. Beautiful. Isn't that great? It makes me happy to hear that. All right, so let's go back to the 2-deck thing. I'm going to stop this, and that's how you do auto mix. So what I can look at now, so we just created this mix. I mean, we didn't do the whole thing. We didn't play the whole thing. But if you were to teach class, you would have, if you're teaching a virtual class, for example, or mobile, if you're teaching an in-person class, however you do it, you would get this all lined up, ready to go. You press auto mix and it plays. Just like I told you how to set those up. It's still locked in at 130 because that's what I set it at. It tells me the original beats per minute here up at the top. You can click here on the time and it'll tell me the elapsed time as well as the total time of the song. And I can look at this little section here to see all the DJ sets that I did. So I just did this set. Whoops, that's wrong. Current one. It's telling me what we're about to do or what we did. So so this is my playlist. It's always here for me, ready to go. So that when you're ready to teach class, you just press play. It mixes it in real time. Okay. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that it's recorded and it's there for you, all mixed together for you? No. It has to always mix in real time every time you teach. However, you can do something. You can't do it with Apple Music or Spotify because it will not let you record your mix. But you can do it with songs that you own because you purchased them, right? So we're going to go here and I'm going to look at these songs. So the way I added these songs was I pressed this plus, and it pulls up my database, my hard drive, and I imported the songs right here. These are songs that I own, that I downloaded to my hard drive. And basically, they're here. I own them, so I can do whatever I want with them, right? I created earlier as well a demo, playlist number 2, of those songs. And I'll show you again what I did. Just a reminder, right-click, add to playlist, and then it went into the demo playlist number 2. So why does this, what's different about this? There's one thing different that the other scenario does not have. So here on the left-hand side, see these little marks here? It has a little picture of a black document with a note in it. That means it's from my library. Whereas if I go to demo playlist number 1, it has a picture of Apple Music. That means it's an Apple Music product. So if I were to play this and hit the record button, which is here on the upper left, and say start recording, it won't let me do it because it says only load songs from your local library to create a recording. Okay, and that's for licensing reasons, right? However, if I do it with demo playlist number 2, I click on, let's see, I'm going to have to eject, as I said earlier, eject, and you can either drag the song over or just double click it, and it'll start to play. And I can press record, and it's recording. Now, you can go to the bathroom, you can go have lunch, you can do whatever. If you press auto mix, it'll mix the whole playlist together. And when you're done, you come over and you stop recording, and there's your recording. I'm going to shut the song off. So here's your recording. Just pretend I recorded the whole thing. I can change the name. Demo day test, and then I can send it to my music app. I can send it to my desktop, and you can play it wherever you want from there on out. That's if you want to keep it, and then you can it's all ready to go. It's a mixed release, and you can play it from your music app is Apple Music, so that's like your iTunes. You can play it there. You can play it from your computer somewhere else. Okay. So I can't see your comments, so I don't know what you're saying. So I'm a little bit in the dark, unfortunately. But that's it for today. That's kind of a quick overview of the DJ app and how it works with Muscle Mix Fitness Music. I'm really excited about this. I hope you are too. Today, we're going to go ahead and offer you, if you are teaching virtual and you're interested in teaching and using our virtual music and need a license, it's $199 for the year, but we're giving you $20 off today if you use the code DEMODAY, or you can join for $19 a month. All right. And we have the link down below, so that has all the information. We'd love to have you on board. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Ask your questions in there. We really love to help you out. I think you're going to love this app. It's a great solution if you're the kind of person that likes to be creative, you like to change beats per minute, and you like to do some different creative things, instead of being locked into what's there. So thanks again for coming, and hope to see you again next time. Thanks.